In this scene, we're diving into static site generation, SSG, in Next.js by fetching blog posts for a blog page. The getStaticProps function is used to pre-render the page at build time with the data from our API. Here, blog posts are fetched and passed as props to the blog component. Notice the revalidate option set to 1 second. This means the page will be regenerated at most every second if new requests come in, ensuring content remains fresh while still benefiting from static generation. Static site generation, SSG, is ideal for a static documentation site as shown here. We use getStaticProps to fetch documentation content from an API at build time. This method is perfect for documentation since the content doesn't change often and can be pre-rendered, resulting in fast page loads. The statically generated pages serve the documentation content efficiently, ensuring a seamless user experience while accessing different sections of the documentation. This approach highlights the strength of SSG in handling content that remains constant over time. While static site generation offers many benefits, it has limitations when dealing with real-time content, such as live news. This setup using getStaticProps fetches news articles, but since it's generated at build time and revalidated only every minute, the news might not always be up to the minute. This demonstrates a key limitation of SSG. It's not ideal for content that needs constant, real-time updates. It's important to choose the right rendering method based on the nature of the content and its update frequency. Server-side rendering in Next.js is ideal for personalized content, like user profiles. In this example, we're using getServerSideProps to fetch a user's profile on each request. This ensures that the profile data is always up to date and tailored to the logged-in user. We're leveraging the request's context to include authorization headers for secure data fetching. SSR shines in scenarios like this, where real-time data and user-specific content are crucial, providing a dynamic and personalized user experience. Server-side rendering is particularly effective for dynamic content like an e-commerce product page. In this example, getServerSideProps fetches product details based on the product ID from the URL query. This ensures the product page displays the most current information, including price and availability, crucial for e-commerce sites. SSR is perfect for scenarios like this where up-to-date data is essential, and user experience can be greatly enhanced by serving fresh, server-rendered content on each visit. One of the challenges with server-side rendering, especially for popular content like this popular products page, is the potential for high server load. Every time a user requests this page, the server fetches the latest popular products, which can be taxing, especially during peak traffic. While SSR provides the benefit of up-to-date content, it's important to manage server resources effectively to prevent slowdowns or crashes, particularly for pages expected to receive a lot of traffic. In this example of client-side rendering, CSR, in Next.js, we're using React's useState and useEffect hooks to handle data fetching. When the dashboard component mounts, useEffect triggers the fetchData function, which fetches data from an API and updates the component's state. This method is useful for dynamic and interactive parts of your application, like a user dashboard, where you want to fetch and display data that is constantly changing. CSR is great for enhancing user experience with interactive and frequently updated content. Client-side rendering is perfect for building interactive user experiences like this dashboard. In this CSR example, we're using React hooks to fetch user data after the initial render. The dashboard dynamically updates based on the fetched data, creating a responsive and interactive experience for users. This approach is great for parts of your app that need to react to user actions and provide immediate feedback, like updating a user's status or displaying personalized content. CSR excels in creating rich, engaging web applications where interaction and real-time updates are key. Client-side rendering, while great for interactivity, has limitations concerning SEO and initial load performance. In this scene, we're demonstrating how content loaded client-side can be problematic for search engine optimization. The delayed fetch here simulates how CSR can result in content not being immediately available, affecting both SEO and the user's initial perception of the site's speed. This highlights the importance of considering how CSR might impact the discoverability and performance of your web pages, especially for content-heavy sites. Choosing the right rendering method in Next.js depends on your content and user experience goals. Static site generation is excellent for content that doesn't change often, providing fast load times. However, it's not ideal for real-time data. Server-side rendering caters well to dynamic, user-specific content, ensuring fresh data but can be resource-intensive. Lastly, client-side rendering excels in interactivity and real-time updates but poses SEO challenges. Understanding these characteristics helps you pick the most suitable approach for your Next.js project, balancing performance, SEO, and user needs.